Good evening, everybody. My name is Portia Cosby, and welcome to Brains Behind the Beauty. Tonight, my special guest is Erica Ratcliffe, excuse me, um, communications manager and social media strategist. So, welcome, Erica, to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Portia.
You are welcome. You're welcome. Um, it's been a long time.
I
It's been a
know.
long time. Erica and I go way back. Wow, years.
Years.
Yeah. And it's been a minute because she left me.
Oh.
We worked at the same place and she moved on to bigger and better things for sure. So here we are.
Yes.
And I get to chat with you about it because we really haven't caught up
Right. We haven't
with
had
all that you've been doing lately. So it's cool to have you. So
Well, thank you for having me. We got to
appreciate
catch up with you too because I know you've made some moves up the rank too.
a little
So-
bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So I guess tell me about you just in general. So you're originally from Atlanta, right?
Well, I was born in Louisiana. I was born in a small town, Angie, Louisiana, but I have been here since I was like 3. So some people will tell you that I'm basically from here. So I'll take that. I'll be a Georgia peach. So
But when it comes to the Falcons
We-
versus the Saints.
Oh, you already know who that. All the way. I am a Saints fan through and through. No question. Especially, Falcons been down. I think we headed to the playoffs. The Saints. The Saints are headed to the playoffs.
Hey. So, I'm a Steelers girl, so
Oh,
we
that's
still
right. Oh, y'all are
undefeated.
doing great.
Hey.
I don't keep up much with football, but I do know
You
that.
do know that,
Yeah.
right? Yes. Yes. I want everybody to be real clear on that. Yes. So all right. So talk to me because, of course this show is based on the concept of pretty girls often get characterized as kind of being ditzy, right? Or that's all you are. That's all you're seen as is this pretty girl,
Right.
and nothing more, right? So, have you had that issue? Just in life, like when coming up as a child, like were you always that pretty girl? Did you have a glow up? Because we all kind of go through that awkward stage.
Oh, yes. It's so funny. I was telling someone the other day, like, I wore like baggy jeans and big t-shirt glasses until I was in 6th grade.
Okay.
And then I started cheering. So cheerleading
Okay.
comes with that makeup, glitz and glam, getting
Mhm.
cute. So I kind of had my glow up like middle school. And that's when
Okay.
boys started to notice me. And I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then also with the misconception of being pretty and not smart, then I was a cheerleader too.
Yeah.
But I balanced that out with I've always been ambitious. I've been in student council. I was involved in all the clubs in addition to being a cheerleader.
Okay.
So I always had to try to fight that misconception. Like, no, I'm smart. I'm
Gotcha.
attractive, but I'm also about my business too. And my education is important. Being involved is important. So
Good. Yeah. Because I just know that can happen. And of course, in today's world with social media and
oh yeah,
everything is about pictures. And of course, with you being within the realm of social media,
Yeah.
you know how important it is, of course, to be seen.
right, of course.
But then there's stuff that comes along with being seen, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I guess before I go get ahead of myself,
Mhm.
what has been your career path up until now? Like, how'd you get here?
So I started at Resurgence, which is where you and I met. I worked at the front desk there, worked my way through the manager training program. And during that time, I'd always help out like marketing with little projects because I really wanted to get into the marketing department. So I'd volunteer, I'd go to trade events.
I remember some of
I
that,
did the
too.
newsletters for the office. I was always trying to insert myself in the marketing department, but it didn't pan out. And I actually applied for 2 jobs there. I had a degree in communications and public relations, and for whatever reason, I wasn't given an opportunity there. And I had a friend reach out to me and said, my sister is the business manager with the city of Atlanta, and they're looking for a social media manager for Mayor Kasim Reed. I was like, what?
Hello.
Yes, absolutely. Throw my ring in the hat. I mean, I throw my hat in the ring. I wanted the job. So, long story short, I ended up getting that job. So I worked for Mayor Kasim Reed during his last term in office as his social media manager. I wrote content for him. I managed the City of Atlanta pages, and that is really where my big start in social media came from. But government life wasn't for me. You know, it was just
Can only imagine.
yeah, that's what everybody says. Mayor Reed is great. He
Mhm.
was a wonderful man to work for. It was the best and worst experience career wise. It was a
Okay.
great experience. I got to meet a lot of wonderful people,
Okay.
a lot of great leaders in the city of Atlanta. So that was cool. But the environment wasn't one that was conducive to a career and a home base, not a home base, like a home life balance that I was looking for. I was working
Okay.
on the weekends, I was working at nights, I was on call 24/7 when the airport shut down. I'm tweeting live trying to make sure, everybody
staying
knows
on
what's
top.
going on.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
Yes. So I actually quit that job. I had no backup job. I just quit. I had just bought a house.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Faith, right?
Faith. I mean, it was to date, it is one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life because when I decided to do it, I had so much peace about it that I
Okay.
was like, you know what, I'm going to be all right.
Mm.
I quit. I was unemployed for 3 months.
Okay.
And I think I wrote down on a sticky note, it was April 1st. I remember it was April 1st. I had been, I had quit February 1st and I wrote on a sticky note, April 1st, I'm going to have a job by May 1st. I hadn't been applying. I was chilling. Like I was, because it was so nice to be able to take a break and just decompress.
Yeah.
That's what I
You were
did.
getting real comfortable, huh?
I was going to Target every day. I was living my life, watching Netflix. I literally wasn't doing anything.
Oh
But
my
it was
God.
during that time, too, that I thought about the Poised Agency and kind of revamping what I now own and operate is the Poised Agency. It's a boutique communications firm here in Atlanta. And so I kind of played around with that a little bit, but I didn't have any clients. So I started kind of deciding to revamp that. I created my website. I got my social media channels.
Okay.
And then in April, I was like, okay, it's time to go back to work. My money was, get a little funny. So I started applying for jobs that week and I started a new job May 1st. The first initial
Wow.
offer date was May 7th. And she called me back a couple days later and was like, can you actually start on the 1st? I was like, you know what?
Up.
I can. So we'll get to
So
that
you
more later.
manifested
Oh, I
that.
believe in the power of manifestation
Wow.
for sure. And so I work now for a realtor association. I do communications marketing for them. And then, of course, I own and operate the Poise Agency. And I help small business owners leverage their social media, digital media, email marketing. And I have about 7 clients right now. It's most clients to date. So I work full time and I have a side business.
Now, what's that balance like? Because I also know you're a mom.
I am a mom. Yes, I have a 14-year-old. And
I can't believe she's 14.
I know. Everybody looks at me and they're like, you have a what?
Mm-hmm.
I have a 14-year-old, y'all.
That black don't crack.
It does not. Okay. But I talked about this a little bit with a friend last week. Is that I'm just a planner.
Mhm.
So it is very important for me to know what I'm doing and when I'm doing it.
Okay.
As far as everything. I plan, I have a to-do list every day. I have a to-do list at the beginning of the month. I have a to-do list at the
Really?
beginning of the week. I have 3 to-do lists going.
Girl.
And then, of course, that it comes with making time for Deja and scheduling time to be with her and take her friends out. Last Saturday, we spent 6 hours at Dave & Buster's. So
Okay.
me and my girlfriend are sitting at the bar having a drink, and the kids are just off somewhere playing. I knew they didn't leave the building. And that was good for me.
Hello, that's my spot.
The drinks were good too. It's a
Listen,
vibe up
They
there.
do
Hadn't
that
been
on
in
purpose
forever.
because they
Yes.
already know.
They already
That's
know.
where we want to be at the bar. Let the kids go, and we good.
Girl, it was 8 of them, and they were just out having the time of their life.
Nice.
But I think it's all about planning. I'm not going to run myself into the ground. I fully believe in taking care of myself first so I can take care of other people. I plan trips. Me and my girlfriends, you follow me on social media too. Me and my
Be in the
girlfriend.
wind. I
we
love
be
it.
gone. But I also make sure to plan time with Deja too. So we take a trip every year, and then me and my girlfriends will take a trip or 2.
Who's counting?
Who's counting? But we definitely and I spend a lot of time with my family too. So
Yeah, and I do see that. To your
Yes.
point, I see and I admire how you do take time out with Deja, and you can tell, you guys will be on some little outing or take a little selfie or whatever. So
Yes.
that's important, that you can, work and play and still be mommy and
Yes.
balance that out. I'm
Yes.
working on the balance.
Yeah.
I haven't quite mastered that, but
I don't know. You write books and you're mommy in too and living your life.
and that 16-year-old energy.
Girl, listen. I know.
Let me tell you something.
I'm right there with you. I'm like, oh my goodness.
I'm like, is it inappropriate just to say I don't like you right now? Just for right now, in this moment. I love you.
Love you.
Always will. However,
They like to push. They
Get
like
out
to
my
test.
face.
They test their gangster. They do.
Oh my gosh. But I think what's cool about that is that she sees you grinding too. And I think that's important for our young girls
Most
to
definitely.
see, and you can still be cute, right? Because of
Oh
course,
yeah.
like I feel bad for these kids because they are coming up in this age where everything is so superficial.
Right.
Everything is so superficial, and it's about how many likes and followers and all of that stuff, and it's like, how do you let them know that like they don't need to like do the most, right,
Right.
to to be relevant, but at the same time it's cool. It's like, look, mommy's pretty girl, and mommy is tasteful with hers.
Right.
You don't have to toot your booty up in the air to get attention and do all that,
Exactly.
right?
Oh, of course. Yes.
you know um do you get approached? How do I want to put it? How do you get approached based on like any of your personal social media posts, or like like whether it's strangers,
Mm-hmm.
sliding into DMs, or whether it's people who maybe like know you but not, they're like more associates in real life?
Sure.
Do you get any judgment? Because you fly, right? So I've seen, you be like, hey, or if you post a picture, you know how it goes. If you post a picture in a swimsuit
Right.
or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, what type of experiences have you had with that?
So I keep my personal and my professional social media separate. I
Mm-hmm.
will sometimes merge my personal, like I'll do every once in a while like a promotion on my personal page because that's where
Mm-hmm.
my biggest following
Absolutely.
is.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I keep it professional, and I don't really think too much about what people think about me
Mm-hmm.
because I do, I I got a little touch of hot girl in me. I'm not gonna lie. I had a hot girl summer last year
Hey.
in Miami. I was everywhere. But I think that's okay. I think it's okay to be sexy and be about your business. I don't think that you have to be one or the other. You can be multifaceted. I can go out and turn out with my girls. I can
Mm-hmm.
rap every Meg the Stallion lyric, and believe me, I can.
Yes.
Don't try me because I will. And I can still go home and take care of my daughter and take care of business and all of that. So I don't care what people think about what I do outside of business because I still show up every day. I have people, my manager follows me on social media, and I had a very honest conversation with her. I was like, you
Like your
know what?
personal page?
She follows my personal page.
Okay.
And I was like, let me just, before you tap follow,
Hello.
this is who I am on the weekend. But I get my work done.
Love
Those
it.
emails are returned on time.
Mhm.
Everything that's supposed to go out goes out when it goes out. And I think it's just, of course, men sliding the DM, but I feel like they be sliding everybody DM.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, right?
Like
Who's gonna choose me first?
exactly. They're applying. You use the same resume for every job,
Girl.
so I feel like they're just shooting a shot, which is nothing's wrong with that.
No.
Nothing's wrong with that at all. But I do. My DMs tend to blow up a little bit more when I'm in a bathing suit.
Mhm. Do they come correct?
Oh yes,
Okay.
Instagram is a little bit different from Facebook. Like I feel like
How so?
like they come a little bit more correct on Instagram.
Really? Now, see,
Yes.
I would think it was the opposite.
No, I think like Facebook is like they writing poems and stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay,
It's
yes,
like-
yes, because they have so many characters
they
to
have-
work with, right?
Yes. Instagram is just like, hey, but I don't. I have not. I'm gonna backtrack. No, I've never met anybody off social media and like dated them or
Mhm.
anything like that.
Okay. No.
No.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
That can get a little weird.
Yeah.
A little weird. So, are you dating now?
Yes. Yes, I have a boyfriend. Yes, yes. I have a boyfriend. I do. He lives in Chicago.
Oh, I need.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes. Well, so you don't know because we haven't talked in forever.
No.
So, my boyfriend, we were long distance for 2 years.
Oh wow.
Because he was in Michigan. He was in Detroit.
And how did that was it? I'm sure it was tough.
You know what though? It was consistent. That was the biggest thing, and that was very impressive. Like we never missed a month of seeing each other. He made sure of that. So
That's
he
so
came
good.
here mostly because just my situation, he was just able to move and shake a bit more, but never missed a month. And I think one time came twice or
That's
something crazy.
awesome.
Like, yeah. So I mean, it can work. And
Yeah.
people are like, I can't believe you would do long distance. Like, were you against long distance before though?
So I never really had a chance to think about it.
Okay.
He is actually he is my best friend's boyfriend's cousin.
Okay, I'm
Best
with
friend.
you.
Yes. So he's Siobhan's boyfriend's cousin.
Okay.
So he wanted to meet me. It was one of those things. He saw a picture, and I'm like,
Yep.
okay, you know. And we all ended up on like a 4-way call. This is like,
I love it. This is like so
yeah,
97 for me.
it's so
I'm here for
vintage,
it.
right?
I love it.
And he asked for my number, and I was like, I don't even know what you look like.
Oh.
And my friend slid through and asked how tall he was. Not that that's important, but
It is.
she was like, he's like, oh, I'm 6'2", and I was like,
Mhm.
okay.
Check.
And then he sent me a picture, and I was like, okay. And so 10 days later, I was in Chicago. Yep.
Hey.
And we've been rocking ever since.
No.
Yeah. So far we've seen each other. It's still new,
Mm-hmm.
but this will be our 3rd month seeing each other. So, and he should be
Aw.
here twice this month too. So it's going well.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Sit up straight. Okay. What was I gonna say? Lost my train of
I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Being as long distance, any temptations from you since he's not here?
None at all.
None at all.
None at all. No. We see each other, I mean, at least once every month. So, but no, I feel like Portia said, finding somebody who is consistent in this day and age, and especially someone who's consistent in long distance, like no, yeah, I'm holding his hand because
I love it. I love it.
You can't. It's really difficult. I've dated for a very long time. I was single for a while, and it's hard to find consistent guys. And I know I might get some flack for that. Consistent, like, you know, guys will text you like, and look, I mean, attractive girls too. So they want to text you once a month or take 3 days to respond to your text. I don't have time for that, you know. And I'm very upfront, and like, I've had some, you know, situationships, but I turned 34 in September. And so it was right before I went to Mexico that I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. I don't have time for the games. I'm getting older. I desire to be married. And so I had to stop playing with myself. Okay. I mean, it's a two-way street,
That's
you
real.
know?
Yeah.
So I had to decide what it was that I really wanted. And that was a fulfilling, consistent relationship, because I felt like I was lacking that with the men I was dating before.
And that's the word right there, because, you know, it can't always be about the guys.
It's
you
not.
know, it's about where are we
exactly
in our lives too, and that's kind of what happened with me. Once I was just like, let me log out of this little site. Yeah. I'm over it. I hadn't given up on love necessarily, but I was just good. I was on what was it? Well, Tinder. I was on. Oh God. I probably randomly still have my Black Planet account because I probably never even like remember my password, right?
Right, to go in and
floating around.
Yes.
Well, there was another one. It wasn't Plenty of Fish. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. It wasn't that.
Crystal Mingle?
No.
That's the one. That's the one.
Don't lie, Portia.
But they probably the worst.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was some other one. I can't think of it right now. And Bumble. I had tried Bumble at one point. Bumble is different because the women have to make the first move.
Right.
Yeah. It's different in that regard. So I found that to be strange. Real quick though, I did run into a dude who I met when I lived here the first time. So between 04 and 06, I lived here the first time, and I was married. Met him at a club when I was leaving out with my girl, and had to restrain myself because he's like, "Oh, I would marry you," and I'm like, "Keep walking, you married, keep walking." And I never forgot him, right? But I remember I lived in Stone Mountain at the time, and he was going to Kennesaw State.
Okay.
And I'm like, "Oh, that's real far," so it kept me out of trouble. Being real transparent. But you know, I didn't really talk to him anymore. But I remember he played baseball. So anyway, I'm swiping on Bumble, and I see this face, and I'm like, and I see this name. I'm like, time out. Time
I know
out.
Who this is. And
so with the wonderful world of Google, right? I was able to type in his name and type Kennesaw baseball. And I'm like, let me find out. And sure enough, it was him. And so when he did the little mutual like thing, I had to tell him, I'm like, listen, if for nothing else, I just have to tell you this story. And he was like, oh my God, I do remember you. And so it was funny. It didn't, no.
Didn't pan out?
A solid no. But,
Okay, that's all right.
but, you know, it was kind of cool. Like, it's just a small world. So
It
you
is a
never
very
know.
small world.
You never know. But no, I'm happy for you because I think we have to be in a space in order to receive a certain type of consistency and attention. And you do have the guys that are right down the street, you know, and I think it's hard here in Atlanta. I don't know what it is. I think it's not even that Atlanta just has, well, probably more pretty women than some cities.
Right.
Okay.
We do. Atlanta, you know, we
but I
baddies
think
out
there's
here.
just like this whole, I don't know, this fantasy that comes with people who especially move down here.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And so I think they feel like they're overstimulated almost because there's so many choices of women, and so it's like they can't keep up because, like we said before, they hitting everybody's DM and
Right.
you know, swiping right for everybody, and so then it's like
Everybody.
you get GM beautiful,
Yeah.
right, at 7:45 a.m. and then you say good morning back, and then you don't hear anything until maybe the evening time when they'll be like good night, maybe.
Yeah.
Or the next morning when they want to hit you with it again. But there's no conversation in between. There's no like, how's your day going? What you up to today? You want to go get a drink? Nothing.
No
and
plan.
Then maybe 3 months later, you might get a hey stranger.
Exactly. Yeah. My
Really?
friend actually told me a story one time where the guy was sending out a group chat and he didn't text it individually. He sent it to everybody. So everybody was in the same group chat together.
But you know what? At least he was real. He's like, look, I ain't got
time for all these 15 good mornings. Here y'all go. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nerve, though. I mean, I might have to give him cool points just for that.
Exactly.
Don't call me no more, but
right. But
that was kind of dope.
That's efficient. You know, you're making good use of your time.
Hilarious. So what would you say is the biggest misconception about you? Or are there any misconceptions about you that you know of?
So let me think. I think that a lot of people still remember me kind of like from high school. I still hang with a lot of girls I went to high school with. I'm friends on social media with a lot of men and people like that I went to high school with. So there's like this misconception that people think I'm perfect or that I'm so well put together, or, you know, they want to put me up on some type of pedestal. And I'm like, I've heard that from several friends. Like,
wow.
I have a friend, a guy friend. We've been friends since high school. And I remember calling him one day. My feelings were hurt about something about some guy in a boat. And he was like, Erica, you're not the type of girl you take on a boat. And I was like, what? What do you mean? He was like, you're not going to be out there twerking and having a good time and drinking. Like, I was like, I can have a good time. So I think the misconception is that maybe I'm stuck up, or maybe that, you know, I like to be put on this pedestal.
We call it bougie.
I'm bougie, you know, and I might be a little bit, but I know how to have a good time. You know, a little bit. There's nothing.
So you got that on and off switch.
I got the on and listen. Yes.
Yeah.
I got that corporate, and then that turn up.
That's what's up.
You know.
So gotta have the switch. You
gotta have the switch. But I think that people like the same friend told me, he was like, you go look at your social media, and for the most part, you know, my friend too, she was like, can you not smile in some of your pictures? You look like a Disney princess. And I'm like, what? And what do you mean?
Love it. Princess Erica.
Princess Erica. Yeah, that is the biggest misconception. I mean, I don't think about myself like that. And I know my friends don't think that. My friends know. Y'all know. And they'll tell you too, they're like, they think I'm the mean one. So that's a thing too. They like, everybody thinks you're so nice, you are so mean. And I'm not mean. But I can be a little blunt.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. My first, second time seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
I would have thought that too.
Yeah.
I would have thought that you would like be home. No disrespect to you.
No, none taken.
Be home, you know, with green tea, eating crackers, watching the sun come up, watering the flowers. I can't picture playing some like opera music.
Yep. No.
You know, I can't see the twerking. I can't see the cussing. I can't see that. So
I can't twerk. I can't really dance. I gotta have a lot of tequila. But you know, I don't listen to anything but like I'm very diverse in my music selection, but if you ask me who my favorite rapper is, I'm gonna say it's Meg, and I really can rap her word for word. But I think a lot of my friends can. So there's this corporate, I can still have fun and I can still be about my business too. I have a lot of friends like that, you know? Yeah, so that's the thing.
It's
But
like a secret society, right?
it's a secret society. Like, we nuck if you buck, and we also got
Listen.
degrees. So
Now, Porsche, on the other hand, I can see some twerk. I can see some green tea too, but I
I
can
got a
see.
broke twerk. I can't, in
Yeah.
my mind,
oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, killing
I'm
it,
getting
right?
it.
Oh yeah.
Getting it. I want a twerk class. I do want to go to a twerk class. I don't know if there is. There
Oh
has to
yeah.
be one.
Oh yeah.
You got to find
My
one
cousin,
for me.
my
I
cousin
gotta
just posted on her Instagram the other day. She was
Really?
at one. Yeah, I'll get it to
point
you.
me to it.
Yes.
Just for personal reference. I don't think God is gonna let that happen for me. Like, I think I'm gonna take the class and it's not gonna really work out. I'm gonna be a mess. I would be if I could twerk and if I have a flat stomach, it's gonna be problematic.
It's over for him.
It's gonna be problematic. I'm going straight to hell. I am. So I can probably have either or. So I don't know which one I'll be blessed with.
Both. You can have it all. I'll get you that twerk class though.
Please
I mean,
do.
I
Look,
haven't been to
look,
one,
please do.
obviously, but I got you.
Yes, you gotta go too. Right, because we ain't seen you dance.
Oh no, I just can't. I mean, I'm telling y'all,
She's like, trust me.
I'm not the dancer of the of the
At
crew.
all? Like, you can't two-step?
I can two-step. I can, Cupid shuffle.
I can follow
I mean,
directions.
I can follow a beat for sure, but I don't even drink green tea. I like coffee, actually. No cream, cream in my coffee. But it's funny, when my boyfriend and I first met, he said the same thing about me. He was like, I mean, you look like you don't play, and it's not. I mean, I'm smiling in the picture that I sent him. I was like, I don't know how even
So
you
he
got
could pick
that.
up.
Yeah. But I think that kind of cuts down on a lot of the BS too with guys who approach you. Like, if you look at me and you don't feel like you should,
And we've talked about that before, So, like, okay, so what would you say has been your worst pickup line?
My worst pickup line. So I think the worst way a guy could ever try to pick up a girl is like, if I tell you I have a man. I might be lying, but let me lie. I'm trying to let you down easy.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember being at a bar. Me and my girlfriends went out to a bar one night, and a group of guys came over. And I'm friendly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I done had a few drinks. We're laughing, smiling. We're having a good time. And he was like, let me get your number. And I was like, no, I have a boyfriend. And he was like, no, you don't. I was like, how you tell me I ain't got no boyfriend? He was like, I know you don't. Show me a picture of y'all. And I was stuck because I didn't have no picture of me and this imaginary boyfriend at the time. I was like, whatever. And I just went back to drinking my drink. But he asked.
Wow.
He
really
challenged
you,
He
though.
challenged me. And this was over the summer, so I really was single. But I was like, sir, take your L.
Seriously, like, why are we dragging this out?
Right.
And these guys are aggressive these days too. It's like, it's almost scary to where you have to be careful sometimes, how you say no. I remember back in Pittsburgh, this was a few years ago now, but a young lady got killed.
Oh yeah.
Just because she wouldn't give dude her number.
Oh yeah.
I was like, good Lord, or did she? Yeah, or she gave him like the wrong number or something maybe. I might be mixing up stories, but either way, he tried to call the number and realized
it was
that
the wrong
she
number.
played him.
Wow.
And got hot. I'm like, it ain't even that serious, dude.
Yeah, it was a recent one on social media too, where
Really?
the girl, they had only been dating like 2 or 3 months, and he was basically like stalking her. She said that it was done, it was over. He broke into her house. She had video of him like breaking into her house, and I actually came across a podcast where she was telling her story. He like called her job and harassing her friends. She had an ex-husband. He was harassing the ex-husband's family. Like, it's just not that deep. Like, and that's why I want to be very upfront and honest. If I'm not into somebody, I'm not playing hard to get. Like, I'm trying to let you off the hook. I'm not interested, But I think sometimes people think that's a challenge.
Right.
But I'm being serious. Like,
I'm dead serious.
I'm serious. I think I even posted on my Facebook one time, like, I'm not playing hard. I'm 30. I think I was 32 at the time. I was like, I'm 32. I'm not playing hard to get. I want to get married out here. So if I tell you no, I'm really not interested.
Yeah, it's not you. Thank you.
It's me.
Move along. I remember one time I was out at a club and this dude comes up to me. So super hood. Now there was a time though.
I know.
That was my jam, right?
Listen.
And so but he was charismatic, right? So he comes up to me. I forget what he said his name was. Because matter of fact, I think he said he was supposed to be like Cuban too. He was part Cuban or something like that. I think he was. And I wish I knew his name right now, but it was something silly. So then he's like, I'm gonna tell you my government name. No, this is my government name. And I was like, okay. So anyway, so he's like drags me out to the dance floor, whatever. My girls cracking up. They're like, "Go, girl!"
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. So I'm out there. He's like, "It's something about you," and I was like, "Okay," and he was like, "It wasn't you." He's like, "It's something about you." He was like. He was like, you look, what did he tell me? It was like, oh, he said, you look like a lame, right? Sorry, what? He was like, but like, you might fuck me up in the bedroom, no.
What?
Okay, but I mean, I don't like the way you said it, but
I don't like the way you said
it was a lot happening. And I'm steady dancing with him like this is awkward, right? So we get done. He won't leave me alone. So he was one of those guys.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And so of course, again, my girls teasing me or whatever. So end of the night, why somebody was out there talking about their birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, he asked me if it was my birthday, but it was my homegirl's birthday. And I was like, no, it's her birthday. And he was like, oh. And something came up and he was like, I'm a Pisces. And I said, me too. You ain't no Pisces. I said, when's your birthday? He's like, March 18th. I was like, the hell? We had the same birthday. And my girl was like, that's you if you were a
male
dude.
version.
I was like,
Yes.
oh my God. But yeah, told me I look like a lame.
That is so mean.
But it was more like, like you got on this dress and everything, but like
You had on a
you
dress,
ain't,
like a dress down. Oh, short dress.
Like a club
Okay.
dress.
Ooh, you scared me. 'Cause you said lame and dress. I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't like no church.
Oh,
dress
okay,
or
okay.
nothing.
Y'all gonna say you're lame.
No, I ain't about to
But real quick, lady, I got a question from the panel up on the YouTube. They said, what would be the best Christmas gift to give my wife? Ladies, what you think?
Diamonds.
All right. I mean, I guess it depends on what she likes. And that's really the thing. I think you would really want to be thoughtful, like diamonds when all else fails, but like otherwise tap into what she's into, because you don't want to do something so generic. Definitely
Yeah.
don't do gift cards.
Don't get her a gift card.
Please
I was
don't
just
do
having
that.
a conversation with my friend on the way over here. She was like, if you get me a gift card, I'm going to be very upset.
See?
So ladies, DISCO100 talking. I'm sorry. So you said no gift cards, but if you women are y'all like surprises.
Like
I don't.
Not major surprise.
So why not gift cards? If you know what you want and you know what color you want, if you know, like, why is that an issue? If we give you the money, go get what you want, the color you want, the size you want. Why we take the chance to go get the wrong item?
I guess if the gift card accompanies something else, I'm okay. But like, I mean, don't just
just
give
wanna
me a
get
gift
one
card
gift
like you don't know me.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to
That's the
say.
thing. Don't just buy me a gift card like you don't know me.
Exactly.
Like that can't be the only thing you do.
Right. Because we need to know that you've been paying attention throughout the course of our marriage relationship, the last 6 months.
Hello.
That we've mentioned something that we like. And we need to make sure you're paying attention, because I want to make sure that come December 25th, that new white Keurig is under the Christmas tree.
Hello.
You know?
Because I'm a
Because I'm
thoughtful
sure
giver.
me too.
And
Right.
so I get offended if I don't have a thoughtful gift.
Because that's what I've been doing this whole time. Like if, my boyfriend mentioned something, I'm like, oh, okay, he might like that. So,
Note to self.
and he's the same, so
Good.
I like a man who pays attention.
So that's gonna get him points. Get her something that's well thought out.
You said pay attention.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Or diamonds.
No diamond.
No, you like a guy that pays attention.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah.
I think all women
that's
do.
Important.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you, when I was most impressed, this one dude years ago, we were talking and he was like, I like how like you have a dimple on in one cheek and then the other side is like just like a little bit of a line. And I'm like,
Why do you know that?
look, so here I go in the mirror like, you know what I mean? I was like, wow, just like he would pick up on little things that I say, or and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, because I mean I'm kind of easy too as far as gifts go. Everybody knows like you can't get me Adidas every year either. Well, you can, but you can give me something else.
Okay, ladies, when y'all was single, what would it take for a man to get a second date with y'all? How would the first date have to happen? What would have to happen on the first date?
It would have to go well. It'd have to be a mutual interest there. Like, did you make me laugh? Were you thoughtful? Were you considerate? You'd have to try really hard to mess up. I'll give you at least a second chance, but if you like bomb that first date, like I had a guy, first date.
Mhm.
I showed up at his place because he said, meet me here. We can ride together to the spot or whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. I was introduced to him by a friend. So I felt comfortable going to his place. I didn't go inside, but I was waiting outside.
Okay.
I was waiting outside, I kid y'all not, for an hour. And that's on me. I take the L because I should have left. But I told my friend, I was like, I'm about to leave.
Oh my God.
And he was like, just give me a little bit more time. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, I didn't think you were coming, so I just need a little bit more time. And I'm like, all right. And I called my friend. I was like, look, I'm about to leave. This is ridiculous. And she was like, no, girl, leave. So I'm literally backing out of the parking lot. And he calls me again. And he was like, you smoke? And I was like, no, but I'm about to go home. And he was like, oh, my bad. So he eventually comes down. Against my better judgment, I went. I don't even know why. I think I was trying to get over somebody else. So I was like, let me just go on this date. So we go on a date, and I swear, like, the weirdest part was when he told me that UFOs were real. I was like, all right, no. That was, he had to be high. Like, I'm like, and he was talking about UFOs and the Bible. It was a lot going on. And I have yet to go on a date with him, but I heard that recently he got engaged. So there's somebody for everybody. Yeah.
Hope you guys get married in a UFO.
In a UFO. Getting high and having her sit outside. But no.
That is so wild. I haven't had anything like that. I'm trying to think if I had like any horror stories like that.
Well, he said, what does it take to get a second date?
Pretty much the same thing. You got to charm me. Like if there's something charming, I like to laugh too. That's a big thing. It's cool. It's like, what do you do to not get the second date? Like that's the thing. Like, so something like that would be a deal breaker. Or if in between dates you keep hounding me for pictures or something like that, that's a problem for me. Don't ask me to send you a pic. That
right.
Because 9 times out of 10 he already has a couple pictures. He saw me in person. He'll be okay.
Go on Instagram, go on Facebook.
Because like you with that, like for me at least, and like my group of friends, our thing is like, let me feel like I'm cute one day and want to send you a picture on my own. Right. I don't want to be instructed on nothing. Like I had a guy tell me, like, you know, send him the one pic because I felt generous that day. Then here he goes, like, so send me another picture, beautiful. And when you do, make sure you go and stand in front of a full-length mirror. And
not requirements.
Grown-ass woman, who are you?
Yeah.
No.
They miss the mark sometimes.
No. So it's that kind of stuff. But it's not hard. I think, you know, to your point, I do have bougie ways, so to speak, or whatever, but I'm pretty laid back. It's not that serious with me. You know, just be a good person.
Right.
At the end of the day. You know, I think sometimes when people find out what your degree is in, or, you know, I don't know, they just sit around you and find out that you aren't stupid, quite frankly. There's a level of intimidation sometimes, and I think that could just be not even necessarily a dig on the guy. Mm-hmm. It's just more about who they're used to dealing with, right?
Exactly.
So now you have somebody in front of you that's able to have intelligent conversation and, quite frankly, challenge you in some ways.
Right.
Not like, oh, I miss know-it-all and you're dumb, you know, but like we're having a conversation, and sometimes they don't know how to take that.
Right.
And I've run into that sometimes, you know, to where it's like they kind of just slowly back out.
Yeah, like, all right,
slowly back out of the room.
Yeah,
like, all right, I'm gonna head out. Like that's much about it. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Trying to think. What you got going on for Christmas? Like, what any big plans?
So, my aunt is coming to town. You know Nat. So
yeah.
I also know Portia through my aunt. Her and Nat. Hey, boo.
Hey, girl.
So Nat is coming in town, and we are going to do Christmas. No, the week before Christmas, we're going to be at her house. We always do like a gingerbread contest kind of thing. So we're going to do that. And then I'm actually going to have my parents come over to my place this Christmas morning so we can open gifts together and have drinks. Nice. You know, I'm going to have mimosas. Me and my sister will. Mm-hmm. And like do breakfast. And then we, of course, always get together for dinner. You know, my family is huge. So, yeah.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Oh, yay.
What about you?
I'm chilling so far. Like
I'm taking some time off work. I'm taking time off both jobs.
Good.
To get some, just to rest and go into the new year fresh.
Okay. That's good. That's always important. I think I'm off, like New Year's Eve. You know, but I don't have anything planned, but I'll probably just try to gather my thoughts and get ready for 2021. Hopefully, it's not the train wreck that 2020 has been in some ways, not always.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm ready for something new
Yeah.
and exciting
Yeah.
for next year. I don't know.
So, ladies, speaking of that, 2021, what's your what do you want to do different? What do you want to throw out and start over again with?
I think I just want to continue growing my business. So, as I mentioned earlier, I have a side hustle. It's called the Poise Agency. It's a boutique strategic communications firm here in Atlanta. So, my goal for 2021 is to double my salary from
Hello.
this year that I made with the Poise Agency to next year, offering some more courses. So now I do a lot of hands-on work with people, writing content, scheduling their content, doing audience engagement and things like that.
Okay.
So I want to look into maybe launching like an e-course. So I'm making money while I sleep,
There you
or
go.
selling some type of package or getting more into coaching. So I'm not so hands-on. I still love the hands-on aspect, but the goal is always to elevate and grow your business
Yeah.
and reach as many people as you can. So
Work smarter, not harder.
smarter, not harder.
No, I love that because I am curious about like what all you offer. And so many people can use the
Oh, yeah.
assistance with how to increase engagement, especially, and how to reach more people, gain more followers and stuff. So I think that's a very valuable service
Yeah.
to offer.
And I think that's why I was the most successful. So I've had my most successful year to date, both with my full-time job and with the Poise Agency,
Nice.
because with everybody going digital, you couldn't meet in person. So it was important for you to have a social media strategy. It was important for you to post every day
That
on your
makes
channel to
sense.
maintain business that you might be losing from people being in person. So, and visiting your store and things like that.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
So
COVID
COVID was
was
good to you.
I hate to say that because I know it's been a hard year for many,
right.
but it it's been a great year. I can't.
Yeah, for your industry, right?
Yes,
That's
for my
awesome.
industry, yes.
That's awesome.
Very, I think I thankfully have not been impacted personally by COVID, but I've had friends who had it and, friends who've lost family members who had it. So
Yeah.
definitely feel for everybody who has been affected by it for sure.
Mhm.
But hoping that they can find some good, in the year. Like
Yeah.
if you survived it, if you still have a job, if you still, have friends and family that can be there for you and take care of you. And
For sure, in some
yeah.
capacity, right?
In some capacity. I think that we could find some type of joy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I couldn't wait for Christmas because I wanted to just like find lights and put them up. And,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I was like, get to the cheerful stuff.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I threw my tree up. I usually am a week before Christmas kind of put my tree up, girl. But it went
No.
up the day after Thanksgiving. I was like, I need some lights, some Christmas music. We're gonna bake some cookies.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah. Play the Temptations.
Temptations.
Listen, it's
Mariah
time.
Carey.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally get that. I had my employees during our last conference call. I asked them basically to say like something positive
Yeah.
that happened to them for the week. I was like,
good.
just give me something, and I could see them on the, it was a Zoom call. So I could see them kind of like, I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
I was like, because at the end of the day, I was like, I'm gonna tell y'all now it's been a week for me, but I'm trying to pull something positive from it. I was like, I think we all just have to figure out something to be happy about and for the year, especially too, and so I've been able to find the good part, dig out the good stuff as well, you
Right.
know.
Good.
So that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Good.
No, I'm listening.
Oh, I thought you had a
I
question.
thought you had a question too. I was like,
No. I'm both. I mean, like I said, I'm both impressed with both of y'all. I met her a couple weeks ago, actually a couple months ago. She's two beautiful women doing what they got to do. What's your future plans like? What do you see both of you guys? What do y'all see yourself at 5 years from now?
what is that?
I'm like, oh Lord.
Okay, so almost 40. Married. Maybe living in Chicago. I know my parents hate to hear me say that and my sister. But,
Okay.
it's Deja. So my daughter is 14. So in a couple years, she will be off making her own decision, whether it's at college or whatever she chooses to do with her life after that. And I wouldn't be opposed to leaving Atlanta. And I think my parents think that it's because of a guy. But it's not. Like, I have wanted to live in a different city or in the
see that.
city forever. Yeah, I was
I
like
can
a
see
city
that, yeah.
girl, you know? And that's what I want to do. I want to live in the city. I want to have maybe a condo if I choose not to have any. I don't think I'm having any more kids, and I'm
Okay.
fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, living in the city, working for myself, I think right now I love both my full-time job and I love the Poise agency. There was a time when I didn't foresee myself being a full-time entrepreneur, but the
Mm-hmm.
more my business grows and the more like I have an assistant, like I have an employee, and I'm like, what? I shocked myself, right? I'm like, okay. And I think that's the thing too. Like when you just do it and you're like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
Because everything just seems so unattainable. But once you actually just go ahead and do it,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, this could be my full-time job one day.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love that. I didn't know you had an
I
employee.
have an assistant.
Girl.
Yes, and she's wonderful. She's great. She keeps me going. She keeps me in line. So,
That's what's up.
because you need people. So you need people, and hopefully bringing on maybe another employee or two, living in Chicago or downtown Atlanta in a condo.
Yeah. Yes. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Ooh, 5 years from now for me, I don't know. Probably remarried.
Ooh,
Hey, now I said probably.
I love it.
I said probably remarried. What um, or if not, just off in the wind somewhere, being problematic.
Flat tummy, black tummy
Yeah,
twerk class.
hey, 45. Look, 45, acting real childish.
But our kids will, why not? Our kids will be grown.
Amari will be 21. That I don't even want to think about
19
it like that.
and 20. Like, listen,
Jesus.
what are you supposed to do?
Woo.
You
Right.
know?
Like, mama will be back. See you. Be safe. But definitely, I will declare that I will have, I would say, at least 2 films under my belt
Awesome.
by then. Probably a couple more books. But definitely the film thing or TV show is what I'm looking forward to at this point. So yeah,
Awesome.
that's what I'm trying to do.
I love it.
Booked and
We'll make it.
busy. That's what I'm trying to be.
That is our motto.
You
One
know?
of my group chat. We are booked and busy.
That might be my little theme for 2021 because it's time to get to it. But it's still talking about it. 'Cause
Right.
I have projects that are like a lot of them that are waiting for me to finish, and I don't think that I'm going to meet my destiny until I'm ready. Like I need to be ready when opportunity approaches. Right.
Exactly.
So it's like okay,
Sounds like we need a session.
we do.
Yeah. Well, I'll get you together.
Look,
Ask
we
all
do.
my friends. They don't tell me anything they want to do because I'm like, okay, what about this? What are we doing this?
Mhm.
Where's that?
But
I'm
I
like,
need that
dang.
because I'm, discipline is my problem, and I
Yeah.
can say that like when it comes down to even working out.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, so who's gonna make me? You know what I'm saying? Like I get to argue with myself. Like, can't tell me what to do.
Once you start paying a personal trainer,
I don't want to
that-
go walk. See
that $300
that
a
part.
month will make you.
That part. And I ain't even. I was like, no, I ain't doing that. But yeah, like discipline is a thing. So I know what I have to do.
Mhm.
I just need to put the plan together and stick to it.
Oh yeah,
And that's the thing. So I probably could use some assistance with
I got you.
planning my life.
I got you. Well,
See?
not your books and stuff. I got you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
I
don't wanna-
mean, you can,
I
yeah.
don't want to plan your life. I don't want to.
Well,
You know what's going on there, girl.
well, I don't.
I can get you together with this book and these
I
movies.
don't. You see that empower women.
They do. Iron
Huh?
sharpens iron for sure. So I got you. We need to. And anybody else, shameless plug, looking to
Yes.
start a business. I'm on Instagram at the
about to say, where
Poise
can they find you?
Agency. Yes, at the Poise Agency. I'm not gonna give you all my personal Instagram, but I do digital marketing, so email marketing, social media marketing. I do coaching, content creation, strategic planning. If it falls under the digital media umbrella, I can help you with it. So I'm not taking on any new full-time management clients, but I am accepting coaching clients. I work with a lot of bloggers and influencers who are looking for ways to create more content, create engaging content. So one thing I can tell you, just a free gem for everybody out there, building a community is it's not so much about followers. It's about creating consistent messaging, and it's about who's engaged in your brand. Doesn't matter how many people follow you if they're not engaged. If they're engaged, they will buy whatever you sell. So
That makes sense.
that's the most important part, creating valuable and shareable, useful information for people. So if all you're doing is selling,
Yeah.
you're not doing it right. You want to offer them something. Everybody, regardless of what industry you're in, can share some type of information, whether it's inspirational or kind of how to get started in the business that you're working in. You've got to give the people something. You can't consistently want them to give to you. You got to get something back. So
Makes
my
sense to me.
free tip of the day.
That's a huge tip though, 'cause I think a lot of people are thinking more about followers and
Yes.
I need more people, and it's like you said, it's not even about that, because you can have, I don't know, 5,000 followers, or just throw out something, but if only 200 are engaged,
Or
I mean,
half,
it looks
yeah.
good,
Right.
for optics, but then, for your business,
Right. Can
nothing's
you
really
sell,
happening.
1,000 products?
Right.
Yeah, I think there was that one girl who had like 1 million followers and she couldn't sell 20 t-shirts. So it's not about how many followers you have, it's about how engaged they are. How much do they trust you? How much do they trust your opinion? How much do they value your input? So yeah.
I like it. Strategy.
Strategy, yes.
Wow. Trying to think of anything else.
So when you said about the Instagram, right? Do you suggest people have two different pages for their personal life and their business? Because what I'm asking is, I'm a believer that I want to see the other side of you as well.
Sure.
I get sold on that as well. So, for instance, like she's an author. Do you think she should have two separate Instagrams for her author and her personal life?
No, it definitely depends on what you do. So being an author, like your personal life kind of really coincides with your business life. You're writing books, so it's all about you. You're you do your DJ and like entertainment and things like that. You probably could have two different pages, but it makes sense for you to have one because that's your lifestyle. That's how you live. So mine, like I'm having fun with my girlfriends on vacation on my personal page and sharing my family and things like that. And then I'm talking things that are strictly social media and digital marketing related. So if you're an influencer or a blogger, if you're a realtor even, I think you only need one because those things kind of coincide with what you do for a living. But if it's completely separate, like if you run a tech firm, you should probably have a different Instagram for your personal and your tech business because you're going to be sharing different information for two different audiences. So it depends on what you do.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And what's funny is a lot of times, and I was torn on that, on whether to keep my pages separate, and I even tried that on Facebook, and
you just create more work for yourself.
Because when I tell you, I'm rarely on my author page.
Exactly.
Because I got to a point where I was like, well, does everybody deserve to see all of my life? And not deserve like that, but
no, sure.
Because I'm posting my daughter, and and nothing wild with her, but still it's like and I was like, okay, I'll do it separate on Facebook, but I don't really get much engagement on the other on the other side. And
For
then
sure.
on IG, of course, it's all together. And it's funny because a lot of people know, a lot of my readers know Amari.
Yeah.
Like that's that's their little niece.
Yeah, I was about to say that's their internet niece, or virtual niece. Yes,
absolutely. So it's like book events. They're like, hey, and they're like, you don't know me, but I know your mom or whatever. And I watched you grow up, and she's kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like, I don't know
but
you.
I found that to be, I think it works for the most part as far as integrating. But it's like you struggle because you don't want to inundate people, or you don't want people to get lost sometimes, I guess, in, I don't know, like all the stuff going on, but it's like, hey, welcome to my world. This is
exactly. And that is how you should position yourself. It's not, because I had a friend tell me that she's very fashionable. She's always so well put together. And so she started an Instagram account for like things she wears.
Okay.
And follow what Fee wears.
I was about to say, Felicia.
Shameless. Yes, Felicia.
Hey,
she's
girl.
so cute.
I know this. Yes.
Yes.
You're going to be next, just so you know.
And so and I'm putting your business out there, I'm putting you on blast, but I love you. And so she was like, I just feel like people are going to get tired. No, if it's your target audience, and you have to find your target audience, they're not going to get tired of what you post because you lose followers when you don't post consistently. So if anybody, I don't care who it is, if you have a blog or you have a business, if you're worried about those people getting tired of what you're posting, that is not your target audience, not your target market. So she's doing much better. Those posts go up every day and they're great, and she's getting some attention from some of the brands she's wearing. So I feel
well, there we go.
so proud of her. I'm proud of a lot of my friends. I have a lot of great friends doing a lot of great things. So shout out to Talk Cash with Ash. I think she should be a next guest.
Yay.
She runs a financial personal blog. So that's very important. I feel like, especially in the Black community, that we learn about our finances, that we start now or start soon with cleaning up your credit and paying off debt so that you can invest in your future.
Yeah, like how about that for 2021? Hello.
Those are your next two guests. But I know a lot of fabulous women, so you are not going to be short of guests.
Yes, that's what I need. That's what I need because I think we do. We have a lot of not just pretty faces, but intelligent women in the ATL. So that's why I love the show. I love the concept and the exposure. That is attached to it because you have women that are going to be from all walks of life, different backgrounds and motivation behind why they are doing whatever they're doing, and it's pretty cool. Everybody's not no shade, an Instagram model or something like that, and it's fine to do that. Hey, you because there's probably some Instagram
they're
models
making money.
with
They're making
master's degrees. Can
I tell you a quick story about Instagram models? Now y'all both know I got t-shirts.
Yes.
So one hit me up on DM and very gorgeous woman. Disco, I love to rock one of your shirts, but she came at me like she was cool, like as far as I'm gonna look out for you.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, what's up? What size you wear? No. What I sent her that? She said, well, first I need 25. So I said 25 with a question mark, like 25 what?
Yeah.
And she put 2 zeros behind it. And I said, huh?
$2,500.
I said, did you put 0? I said, did you mean 25 with a dollar sign? And she like, nah, I charge 2,500. I said, well, you a 2,500 lie.
Yeah.
So yeah, they Instagram models really think they really models. I mean, no disrespect. I'm sorry.
No,
they're models.
I'm not an Instagram model.
But they. I mean, they put themselves on a platform where they actually celebrities pretty much because somebody out there is doing it.
Right.
They won't be saying it if nobody wasn't doing it. Somebody doing it. Somebody paying that much money for that.
Oh no, for sure. Well, they've made a market for themselves. There are plenty of women who are Instagram models who make a lot of money. Fashion Nova deals.
Yeah.
You name it. Brand ambassadors. So you don't necessarily just have to be it. So you have influencers like mommy bloggers and things like that. And then you have, I don't know a better term for Instagram models, but you have Instagram models and they get paid to promote brands, fitness brands, Fashion Nova, different clothing lines. So there's definitely an industry there and they are making good money, so I can't knock the hustle.
Right.
$2,500 for a t-shirt is a lot of money though.
And it would have to make sense. You know what I mean? Because, for those
what's the return on
individuals, there is going to be men on their page.
Yes. So what's the return on investment? You know?
So her wearing your shirt, it's like, okay, so what's this bringing to me? Versus maybe
nothing,
like
right? Because you're not paying that. That's a lot of money,
That's a lot. Oh yeah, because somebody gonna say yeah. That's the thing. Just because she wink at him a little bit. Well, on that note, no, thank you again. Thank you so much for coming. This has been a good time. I was glad to catch up with you.
I know, it's so wonderful to see you.
So good to see you. Everybody, make sure you support my girl Erica. Make sure you follow her.
Yes.
The Poise Agency.
POISED Agency. And you can follow me on Instagram, The Poise Agency on Facebook. And for anybody listening to this, if you're interested in a free consultation, if you'll just mention this YouTube channel and that you tune into the episode, we'll work something out for you. So that's a free gift to all the watchers tonight.
Love
all
it.
the viewers. Watchers probably is not the best term.
Well, okay. Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
We're freestyling here.
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay. All right, y'all. Well, tune in next Monday and every Monday for the show, Brains Behind the Beauty. Again, I'm your host, Portia Cosby, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.